Time sure flies when you're having fun. Say, when did I post that very first episode of Lilo and Stitch Love Again? Oh my god, 2 years ago now? Oh, I don't want to think about that. When did I start talking about this series? Oh yeah, a year ago. That sounds better. That makes me feel a tiny bit less old. So, I've been talking about this series for about a year now, and this marks round about the halfway point, it being the end of Season 1 and at the end of Disc 2. And so since I've been talking about it for so long, I'd like to think that with each successive episode, I get better and better each time. And you could say that I'm pretty good now. Well, you could say I'm really good. You could say that there's no room for improvement whatsoever. That, oh, I don't know, I'm the best Lilo and Stitch reviewer out there. I'm the best Lilo and Stitch reviewer out there. Yeah! I got this cheap shirt at Disney that I didn't even buy. I use a camera that's a few years behind and really grainy. My scripts are only okay, and I'm reading them off a screen right here. I don't even bother to learn them. And my editing software and techniques are only okay. If that doesn't sound the best to you, then I don't know what is. You have way too high standards then. If you can't appreciate the greatest Lilo and Stitch reviewer ever right in front of you here, then I shouldn't even bother sitting down. Of course, because I am the best, I don't even need to sit down here. I don't even need to be on the camera. In fact, I don't even need to wear this shirt. Oh, damn it, that was supposed to hit the chair. Ugh, that's more like it. Much more suited for someone as grandiose as me. Oh, and yeah, I said I didn't have to wear that shirt, but I still have to wear a shirt, unfortunately. But so, let the greatest review by the greatest reviewer commence. Our episode starts as an experiment is wrecking a forest, heading towards the town as we get a lineup of each of the characters, almost like an old TV show where they turn and smile to the camera. So Stitch ends up cornering the experiment and turning it to good in only 2 minutes. Huh. If all experiments were caught that quickly, then there would have been an episode for each and every experiment. Since Stitch already made the experiment good, he orders him to cut Gantu and Reuben.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Easy for you to say.
A mere consequence of battle. A real warrior would not be concerned. Let's snack.
Nice undies, Gantu.
Wait, why is he running away? In ancient Greece, they fought in the nude, and you should be able to do that as well. Not wish fulfillment, I swear. Due to his record-breaking performance, Jumba and Lilo praise Stitch, him being cocky and saying that he's the best thing Jumba will ever make. Jumba taking on his challenge. Back at the house, Lilo continues to praise Stitch even more, it clearly going to his head.
Now, will you assist me in setting out the Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving? Again?
It is once a month, right?
Is there pumpkin pie?
Of course.
Yep. Once a month.
As funny as that joke is, where did this progression of cooking skill come from? Last I remember, Pleatley was trying to feed them dog food. Stitch continues to act like a cocky ass, much to the distaste of Lilo.
Stitch special!
Yeah, you're special, but don't be bossy. If you keep it up, you'll end up like that guy in that movie who bossed people around and then zombies ate him. He deserved it.
Oh my god. Is she referring to Day of the Dead? The zombie movie's so horrific I haven't even seen it, and I sure as hell am not going to show a clip of it. So Stitch ends up insulting everyone, throwing food everywhere, and it being the last straw for Jumba, him leaving. Pleatley eventually follows him and finds a new experiment pod he made.
New experiment pod! Yes, I admit it, but his greatest invention yet.
Greater than Stitch?
Sure, oh.
Okay, I'm normally not the type to do this, but what was that sound that Jumba just made?
Sure, oh.
It was like something from an anime.
I don't know. Something about him seems familiarish.
Huh?
Jumbo.
And we don't need proof of that, thanks.
Allow me to be introducing Experiment 627. Has all strengths of 626, none of weaknesses, does not sink in water, available in tasteful earth tone colors, and absolutely, positively cannot be turned to good.
So he's better than Stitch in every way. Can he talk?
Why would you make such an awful, snarling, clawing, growling little monster who can only say...
Oh, no, all he can say is evil. Jumbo, what is your problem with experiments talking? You go from 625, who can perfectly speak English, to 626, who can speak English but mainly just speaks alien, and now 627, who literally can just say one word. Are you trying to make a Pokemon? Completely tries to go tell the others, but Jumbo threatens him that if he does, he'll make an experiment that will eat his eye out. Oh my god. So Mr. Evil Genius forgot the very minute detail that 627 can't be contained in anything and it escapes. Fantastic job there. Over at Gantu, the two are being berated by Hamsterville for their incompetence when Ruben calls it quits and leaves the ship, him happening to come across 627. Ruben brings him back to Gantu for bragging rights, but Gantu sees an opportunity and replaces Ruben with 627. The next day, stuck-up Stitch catches another experiment, Lilo getting more annoyed with him, before Gantu and his new pal show up.
I thought I'd introduce you to my new assistant.
That is one gnarly-looking cousin, Stitch.
Really, Lilo? This is literally just Stitch but colored red. Splody Head and Yang were more threatening than this doof. Stitch finally gets the reality check he deserves, whatever he tries to do to 627, it not working. That's totally another meme material right there. It's freaking perfect. Back at the house.
Like nothing we've seen. It was even tougher than Stitch.
Akataba!
Yeah, if Stitch looked like that all the time, you wouldn't have a problem. Jumbo and Completely go back and forth trying to reveal and hide 627's creation, but Jumbo accidentally lets it flip, Lilo freaking the hell out. Stitch being fed up hearing that 627 is better than him in every way, he sets out to prove that he is the better one, and that 627 can be defeated. Cue a montage of Stitch being holy crap, 627 is telekinesis? That's so cool! No offense to Stitch, of course, though. Ugh! What the hell? He has two heads? How? Okay, I could get hiding arms or antenna or spikes, but a whole other freaking head? How would that even work? Lilo tries to cheer Stitch up.
So you're not king of the block anymore. You're still king of my block.
Aw, see, who could say no to that? While back over with Gantu, his ship is now a complete mess due to the sheer number of experiments there, before we see his new... Oh my god. Gantu, I love you, but you look so stupid. Tight yellow suits only work for one of us around here.
You're still only my fishy flunky.
Not anymore, Dr. Hamsterville. I am now the supreme order bringer of the universe.
More like of the unitard.
In case it isn't clear, I quit.
Damn, you go, Gantu. So Ruben gets wrecked by 627, which causes him to go into a full-on laughing fit, Ruben seeming to have figured something out. Back at the house...
Dogs attack after this.
Still moping? When are you two gonna cheer up?
Me, when I figure out how to beat 627. Stitch, when existence ceases to be meaningless.
Now I'm sad.
You're an evil genius. Can't you just unmake 627?
Little girl must be joking. Hydration process is extremely complicated and technical. No method known for going backward. Once experiment is hydrated, absolutely, positively impossible to be dehydrated.
Why don't you just put it in a microwave? I'll give it a go right now. We'll see what happens. Oh my god! Terrible idea! Terrible idea! So while Lilo tries to order a rehydrator they saw on TV, she gets another call.
Hello?
Listen, it's me, Gantu's ex-sidekick guy.
Sandwich boy. Why are you calling?
No, the correct answer is... Why the hell does he know their number? That's really creepy. What's he doing? Calling them for sandwich ingredients? Talking with Ruben more, Lilo figures out he might have a weakness to laughter, her going to Stitch to cheer him up again.
Okay, so you got too full of yourself. A big fat head, right?
Big.
So, learn from your mistake. Put on your humble shoes and do what you do. You're still the baddest, bestest, most specialist, evil genius creation I've ever known.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, but you lit it. Oh, whatever. Go beat 627. So they meet up for a final showdown, Stitch using every tactic he can to make 627 laugh, it eventually working, him breaking down completely, and Gantu just gives up and leaves. Okay. Lilo takes 627 and puts him in the rehydrator. Wait, what? How the hell did he fit in there? That thing's tiny. Huh, well that's lucky that the thing just worked, no problem. What if it blew up in your face like the, I don't want to talk about it. So the episode ends with Stitch having learnt his lesson and cooks dinner for them. But...
So much for experiment 627. Perhaps I will have better luck next time.
Sequel bait! So, thoughts on the episode? Yeah, it's pretty good. It has a good moral, shows off all of our main characters except for Nani for some reason actually, who isn't just anywhere to be found. Has Stitch being cocky, which is always funny to see, but then we also get to see his karma for his attitude, which is just the perfect way to do it. It has Gantu finally leaving Hamsterville, has Jumba actually being evil, Ruben finally gets more screen time and is actually useful, and we get a final showdown between Stitch and 627, but it's a funny little subversion where instead of trying to beat the experiment, it's trying to make him laugh. It's always good seeing a character who's the strongest or big-headed suddenly have to deal with someone who's now bigger and stronger than them. It's the reason why shows like Dragon Ball are so popular. It changes the status quo and has us rooting for the character to get better and overcome the new threat. It really feels like the episode has stakes. The two have found a foe they can't defeat, Gantu is rounding up experiments, Jumba's evil ways get the better of him, and it even ends on a hook for the next season, seeing if Jumba will eventually use the 628 pod. As season finales go, it's great. I can't decide whether I like it more than the asteroid though. That one had a bit more stakes to it. We can cry- oh boy, what the hell experiments appeared in this episode? Deforester, Zap, Slimy, and no 627. I think that's all of them. Knowing my luck, they'll all have their own episodes. And the moral of the episode is basically be humble, because you never know when something is going to come along that makes you think that you're better than everyone else and that you need to be treated specially for it, and that it can go to your head. When you do something more because you have to and not because you want to anymore. When something that used to be fun and entertaining now isn't, and it's just become routine. That you're not the best, and that you really, really do need to improve. You've stopped caring and trying, and it doesn't affect you in the same way it used to anymore. And it's just a kids show, so who cares? Who cares? Why bother do anything? No. Sure, I might not be the best at reviewing these things, but I still care about them, damn it! Sure, they were made for kids, but that doesn't make them any less funny, educational, creative, heartwarming, clever. Sure, not all of it is great, but it's always been there for me, and I'm never gonna let it go, no matter what anyone says. But I am halfway through. For better or for worse, there's still 30 more episodes to go. But those episodes won't be forever. Eventually they'll all be over. And this series will eventually end.